On February 1st of 2020, I died. I must have had a heart attack in my sleep. And when I tell people this, they say, "You sure it's not a dream? You sure it's not a dream?" I go, "Listen, man, I'm 45 years old. I know what a dream is. And this is far from any dream you could ever think of. This was more real than me and you talking right now face to face, because when you die, you feel everything a million times more enhanced than you feel now on earth. I felt every single cell on my body, every single hair I can feel. And you know everything. Your soul knows everything instantly. I knew everything. Boom. I knew I was going to hell when I died. I knew it right away when I knew I died and I knew I was going to hell. Right away, I screamed out the shahada, which in Islam we do. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammad rasulullah. And I screamed the scream that I screamed. I mean, I will blow the roof off my house. That's how the terrifying scream that you would not. That's how bad I screamed. And I screamed it and I screamed it and I said Allahu Akbar like 8 times. And then right after that, I was wondering, and I'm falling in this black abyss, falling so fast. And I'm wondering, am I going to get up? Am I waking up? Because, sometimes when you have a dream, you're falling and you just pop up like that. That's what I was waiting for. And then it's not. And then my soul's telling me, you're dead. You're dead. You're going to hell for eternity. Once my soul told me that it's not true. When I said Allahu Akbar and I was going, it said this is not true. You're going to hell for eternity. And when I felt the hopelessness, when you know that you have God separated from you and you don't have God, and there's no hope in your eternity, like there's no hope. I mean, man, I don't wish this on my worst enemy. This feeling of hopelessness is unbearable. I mean, the hopelessness you have on earth is nothing compared. Nothing comes close to it.
Mm.
I felt that hopelessness, and then there's this white light flying around me so fast, and I knew it, my soul knew instantly it was my guardian angel. And this guardian angel, and I this is the only way I can explain this in life. This angel's voice was the most scariest and the most beautiful voice in one. It was so piercing and it was so desperate for me. I felt the love of this angel was so desperate for me. It's like I knew he was with me my whole life, trying to guide me, trying to help me. And so whatever, I don't know if it was a he or she or it, whatever, but because this voice was unbearable, unbelievable. I can never get it out of my head. Every single day I can hear this voice,
Uh,
and it was coming from this ear and this ear. Amir, please. It was begging me, please, you have to listen, hurry. He can still hear you. You have to tell him before your soul leaves your body. Tell Jesus to save you before your soul leaves your body. Hurry, please, do it now, do it now. And I'm looking down and I see another portal, and that a pit. And right and I'm like, there's no way. There's no. What do you mean? What do you mean, Jesus? No way. What do you mean? What do you mean? What about Allah? What this and that? And I'm doing this. I'm like, oh my God, oh my. Like, and then I said right before I said, please, Jesus, come into my heart and save me. In a big flash, in a big thunder, like a thunder, a bolt, like a sound, and the force. When I came in back into my body, the force, my body flew off my bed. I was sweating like water. My wife got so terrified. She was gonna call 911. She like, I was like, well, oh my babe, I had a heart attack. I died. You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe. She's like, just go back to bed. Just go. It was like 3 something in the morning. It was late. And I'm like, I didn't sleep. I go, oh my God, there's no way. There's no way this is happening. There's no way. And I still denied it. I go, there's no way. I go, I gotta read the Quran again. I gotta read the Quran. There's no way this can't be happening, because a lot of times in Islam they say the devil plays tricks on you and he comes in. He'll come in looking like a prophet or something. It's kind of ironic because in Galatians 1:7, when I read that,
yeah,
angel of light. Um, so
was it?
I'm telling you, I thought I knew what love was, but there is no explaining in words the love that I feel is so different. I feel so protected. Like the biggest fear I used to have was dying. That was my biggest fear. Now I'm not even scared. I'm like, actually, I look forward to it, which God forbid, but I'm just saying, it's like, I feel safe now. And, and like I was saying before, what profits a man if he loses his soul for, for gain? I'm not here to make any famous or anything like that. I'm not here to do that stuff. I'm here to hopefully plant a seed to somebody to tell them the truth that Jesus is real. And without him, there's no hope. And that's my biggest word, hope, because when
Faith,
we'll talk, when you ever want me to explain the story when I
hope.
died, um, I'll tell you about that. It makes me think about like Paul, okay, for instance, Paul, because I can relate to him because what happened to him and nobody believed him. His own people didn't believe him. Why would like I would never lie about something that I know didn't happen and isn't true, especially especially if I went to prison and coming right back out and preaching again and going back again and getting tortured and why would I would never, if it was a lie, I would never do it after getting going to prison or getting tortured. You know what I'm saying? And they all suffered. All of them suffered a death, that's horrible. They all got tortured for for how strong their faith was. They would never give it up. They would never. Why would somebody do that?
Well, I think you have that same, conviction that
Yeah.
Paul had, even in.
That's why every time when, because a lot of people, they always talk about Paul. Oh, Paul wrote the Bible. I go, we don't. It's not about Paul. I go, I could relate to him, man, because I was just like him too, And he went to his own and to try to tell them, and he wasn't ashamed. He wasn't ashamed of it, and neither am I. You know, and that's the way I gotta be. I can't be ashamed because in the Bible he says, Jesus says, don't deny me, I'll deny you to the Father. So we have to be strong.
Yes, absolutely. So I have a question for you, Amir. So you're in a space now when after you had died from presumably from a heart attack, and you have an angel, a mighty angel, declaring that Jesus is the way.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's like what Jesus declared. He said, "I'm the way, the truth, the life. No one comes to the Father but through me." So this angel, where was declaring these things, where do you think you were at that time? Do you think you were in heaven? Do you think you were in hell? How would you explain it?
I was falling to hell because hell is a very deep place. I mean, I was falling for a long time and I was falling fast. I mean, very fast, free falling. And I was like wondering, when am I gonna stop it? I couldn't even breathe. Like, I couldn't even breathe. That's how fast. Like, I felt the wind. That's how I'm saying. I felt the wind from the tunnel going, like the wind from falling so fast. But the hopelessness, man, is unbelievable. I can't. Please, whoever watches, you never want to feel this hopelessness feeling. Nobody. I don't wish it on. If somebody killed my whole family and tortured my whole family, I would never want them to go through that feeling. That's how scary, and this angel's voice is so piercing. I could never get it out of my head. I mean, it's 24/7 nonstop. I just hear him all the time, and then after this happened, when I was reading the Quran and stuff, I see, because I forget a lot of things and I'm coming back to it now. My wife calls me one day. This was 3 months after, and I didn't convert yet. It took me 8 months to finally give in. That's how stubborn I was. That's how proud of a Muslim I was. I was even risking my soul and everything just because everything that he showed me and everything that he did, I still was denying it, you know? And a lot, I didn't want to hurt my family. I didn't want to, because I loved Allah so much and the Prophet Muhammad so much, and, being raised for so many years and having this in your mind, it's programmed, it's like programmed. It's hard, But my wife calls me and she was like, "Babe, do you have a minute?" She was driving to work. And I was like, yeah, because I felt the urgency in her voice. She was like, "I have to tell you before I forget again." I was like, "Well," she was like, "Some lady just cut me off and her bumper sticker made me remember this dream that I had." And my wife is still a Muslim, by the way, just in case people want to know. So in my bedroom, we have a walk-in closet and we have a washer and dryer in my closet, a little size. So my wife does clothes in there. So she had a dream that me and her, we got into an argument and I left the house. So she was doing the clothes and she was on the floor folding clothes, and our door have mirrors on them. Our closet doors, they have long mirrors on them. So when she looked up, she got blinded. The light reflecting from the mirror blinded her. So she got scared and panicked. So she stood up, and she said she stood up and she's so scared and she was frozen. She couldn't move, and she felt somebody putting their hand on her right shoulder, and instantly she felt peace. And she said, who are you? Who are you? And he was like, she was like, how come I can't, she said to him, how come I can't see you? And he was like, you're not strong enough to see me. That's what he told my wife. And then she said, okay, well, where's Amir? Is Amir gonna come back? And he told her, Amir's gonna come back, but you gotta bring him to me. Tell him Jeremiah 33:3. And I never read the Bible. Okay, never in my life. Me and my wife, never. Okay, never read the Bible. That's why. So my wife, when that lady cut her off, her bumper sticker says Jeremiah 3:3, and that's how she remembered.
Mm.
So I'm like, babe, maybe it's just it happened because I keep on telling you about this angel's voice and what happened to me, and I'm so confused and this and that. So maybe that from that, she was like, I don't know, man, I don't know. She's like, but it just came to me right now. I was like, okay, no problem. So I Googled Jeremiah 33:3, and it says, uh, come to me, and I will show you things that you do not know.
Mm.
Amazing things, amazing things that you do not know. And it's true. It's true because honest God, man, ever since I got saved, my my vision is 360. I see everything like when I pray for an answer, boom, it comes to me. Boom, and he shows me so many signs every time I doubt and stuff, and I don't deserve it. That's why I always question myself, like my sanity sometimes, because there's no way he's showing me all these things. There's no way, like I don't deserve
I
it,
mean, the
but
first
I'm not
step
gonna complain about it
to getting
either.
there.
I'm so honored. It's like wow.
What a wonderful video. What a wonderful video. And I think it was a great video because of what he said at the very beginning. That one of his biggest fears was passing away, was dying. But that's the thing when you're connected with Jesus. With Jesus, when you're connected to Jesus, you feel him all the time. This is why I say there's a difference between being religious and being a man of faith. Faith is what you can't see. And I know we're born into different cultures, we're born into different family groups, different habits, how we should respect those spiritual leaders. In some religions, the respect of certain prophets and how they speak about them, is very admirable. And some other faiths, they may speak about the sciences of how you should live your life and the balances of the yin and the yang. But there's no spiritual connection. It's just a rule book. And it's just teaching you the balances of life. And if you don't follow that rule book, then somebody might look at you and say, you're just a lost man. You're not very smart. You see, in the book, it actually says. But the thing is, when you have Jesus in your life, when you don't know, when you're confused, when you feel insecure, and you pray, you're given the answers. When you humble yourself and say, I don't know, God, please show me. Please protect me. Please keep me wise. Please have me following the right thing. so that anybody who's connected to me can only feel that essence of the right thing. That's what will be given to you. And I know so many times, a lot of people may have seen, some of my videos, like, okay, so, you're doing pretty, he wants to be a good boy. That's good. That's good. He wants to be a good boy. I mean, he's talking about something good, so he wants to be a good boy. But you're just not understanding. You're just not understanding. Temptation, God is not going to tempt you. Once you understand that, then you may ask yourself, then what is tempting me? And once you know that it's darkness, once you know that it's the devil and the powers of darkness, then you'll understand that, especially in this day of time, the powers of darkness are working overtime. And if you don't feel that conviction, or you don't feel like you're doing something wrong, then knowingly or unknowingly, most people are unknowingly not enemies of the powers of darkness. What they do every single day, what they indulge in, how they behave, how they think about themselves, what they consume, how they think about others, and what they provide is along the lines of what the powers of darkness are trying to establish as the lifestyle of one's life. And only with Jesus, where wisdom is given, where that curse, where that spell is broken. I know sometimes people may be like, okay, he's just, he's just representing for his club. He's just representing for his people, what his people are about. And that's where, people might be getting it wrong. And this is why my only thing to say to that, because arguing with people about a connection with what peace and bliss and the Father is not necessary for me. The only thing that I will ask is what I'm always going to ask. Ask God. Ask God. And God will show you. I know. But I can't turn I can't turn away from my people. But how about this? How about that? I can't turn away. I can't. In the Bible it says, he who loves his mother or father more than me is not worthy of me. It also says, he who loves his son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. heaven and hell exist 100%. And those are your two options. Well, it's not really an option. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. And they're very personal. You're not gonna go to heaven with anybody you know at the same time. You're not gonna go to hell with anybody that you know at the same time. So the people of the world, you're not gonna be grouped with them when you're headed to your destination. And the thing is, on earth, just like, he might have said at the very beginning of this video, he said, what is it to a man to lose his soul, but to profit the world? And I was just thinking about, all the celebrities, all the people who have sacrificed people that love them and people that thought these people loved them, the people who have supported these people more than everybody around them. And they gave up their mothers, they gave up their brothers, their sisters, their daughters, sons, whatever, just for a, a gain in this world, just so they could be up. How Kanye said, what do you say, son, you ain't up on this. Comparing themselves to the next. Just like Playboy Cardi said, she ain't gotta ask what I do. She already know. Everybody came over here for the show just for me. This is what I am on this earth, in this world. And this is why in the Bible it says, do not be a follower of the world. Especially in this day and age. And all those people whether it was money, women, sex, the power to convince everybody to look at me, and the power to get anybody to say yes to my demands. It pleases the flesh. But underneath the flesh is the spirit, the soul, the life. And when you are done on earth, your spirit is not going to leave with the flesh's desires. Your spirit, let's say if you love sex so much, when your spirit leaves, the love for sex is not going to leave with you. Things that please the flesh are not going to leave your body with you. And heaven is bliss. Hell is torment. On earth, we have, some people have alcohol, some people have weed, some people have lean, some people have narcotics, everything that could numb you from how you feel on this earth, especially when you've done things that you can't even look at yourself in the mirror. But when one is going to hell, there's no hope. All the good feelings are not with you anymore. If you have that, doubt will be increased to infinity. Anything that is an enemy to you at this moment, where you don't, where you, that voice in your head where you're talking to yourself and it's not uplifting, those voices that are there to put you down are all that you're going to feel in hell. And in heaven, it's the opposite. Hope, faith. Some even describe in their testimonies going to heaven that hope, faith, all of these are different, are actual people. Everything that's good, happiness, all of these are actual angels and people. Laughter, all of these are people, angels in heaven. And the testimonies in hell are the darkness is alive. It's a living thing. You could feel the darkness because it's alive. Everything is crowded around you. There's no air to breathe. It's hot. Can't even breathe. And it's so crazy to hear that all the testimonies of hell, they say that all you wish for is just one drop of water. And see that right there, sometimes I hear people saying, oh yeah, that person deserves to go to hell and this, that, and the third, whatever. But that's nothing that you want to wish on anybody. I'm sure like maybe for 5 to 10 seconds, but just like Jesus was saying to his disciples before he was crucified, and Judas was about to give him up to the leaders of that nation who were plotting to secretly kill Jesus because he was going to be the King of Kings. And so they accused him of blasphemy. When Jesus said, he said, "For I tell you, one of you disciples will betray me." And he said this at the Last Supper. And he said, surely I tell you, it would have been better if that man was never born. Because what's prepared for him, it's not good. And when it talks about the sins, the people who are in hell, and sexual perversion and killing and pretty much any type of sin that they were doing, sexual sin, how you died, whatever your sin was when you died, you will be violently getting tormented with that type of sin. So the extreme of your type of sin, you will be sexually getting tormented by the demons. And if you were killing people, you'll get killed and come back, and they'll get killed again and come back. And that's why I say that it's not nothing that you wish on anybody. And this one lady who was telling her testimony about seeing into hell, and a demon saw her and he's all like, what are you doing here? And so she asked him a couple of questions because she was curious. And the demon said, the reason why all of these demons are torturing these people is because we hate all these people. He said that we do not have the option to repent so we can go to heaven, so we could be happy. But all of these people had all of their lives to repent, and they didn't. And that's why we torture them, is to the degree of these extremities. But this is why I always say, ask God. Because the devil cannot go back to heaven. It's just another loss to him if you're able to. He's going a million miles per hour. Especially all of these countries that are coming into their own, all these continents that are coming into their own. Teach prayer. Because when you're surrounded by the angels, nothing could even see you. They'll be targeting you and can't even see you. And when they keep on trying, then they'll get an early gift to the hell to house fires. But yes, key faith number one. Ask God. Enjoy being enlightened. Embrace being one with the King of Kings, Jesus Christ. Spread your testimony and live forever. We have him bound, baby. We have him bound. I see Africa. I see what Africa's on right now. You feel me? But people must be prayed up, keeping Jesus number one. Because God's power is invincible, undeniable, and bliss forever. It's about that time.
And it just didn't make sense to me. But now everything starts to make sense. Everything that I always doubted, like had questions about and argued to Christians about, now makes sense. Like without the Spirit, I don't blame like my Muslim friends, my Muslim brothers and sisters, because I was there. I was the same way. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, there's no way. There's no way. It's unbelievable that like even when I died, when I was going to hell, when I was falling in the abyss, and I was still even saying, there's no way. There's no way it's Jesus. There's no way. How can it be? It's just no way. Like there's other dreams that I don't want to offend my Muslim brothers and sisters. I just tell it the way it is and the way it happened to me. What happened exactly? Because after I got saved, I was scared. I was doubting, because I had my family, my friends, my uncles. I had a big meeting. They all tried to convert me back, and I told them, listen, guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to destroy nobody, but there's one thing: I cannot go to hell for you. And I kept on pointing at every one of them. I go, I can't go to hell for you. I'm not going to go to hell for you. I'm not going to go to hell for you. Not for you. Not for you. Not for anybody. I'm not going to have that feeling ever. That feeling is unbearable. You guys don't know because you've never been there. You guys think it's a joke and I'm lying, but I'm telling you, when you feel that hopelessness, you're going to remember me warning you about this, because that's why he gave me another chance. I have to tell you, because for so long, I wasn't going to tell people about this because I'm a shy guy. I don't want to make people mock me, and especially me, because I'm well known around my community, and my community is all Muslims. I live in the most Muslim community in the USA, Dearborn, Michigan. It's home of the most Muslims community as one in the whole United States. And I shared my testimony in front of all of them in the park that I grew up in. Mm-hmm. And I would have never done it for $1 million. But I had to do it. He makes me do things, and I can't say no. I can't deny him anymore. I denied him for so long, and he never gave up on me. He never gave up on me. And I shut the door on him all the time. It's like somebody calling you. If I called your phone and you keep pushing ignore. After a few times, I'm not gonna ever call you again. But he kept on calling me, and I finally answered the phone. It took him to kill me to let me know about it. I mean, I'm so blessed and honored that he gave me that opportunity and a second chance, and I can never thank him enough. And I can never, and no matter what I do, it would never mount up to anything, no matter what I do. But all I could do is pray and love him and worship him and tell as many people as possible that without Jesus, there's no hope. And that's the hope. Like I said in my testimony, the most important word in my life is hope now. Hope and love. Hope and love. Them two together is unstoppable. Once you have them two, there's no turning back. I can never turn back. Even if I tried, he doesn't let me. I tried already. He wouldn't let me. He tells me, stay where you're at. You're safe. Stay where you're at. You're safe. And I'm going to stay where I'm at. And I tell my friends, my family, and everything, no matter what, I can never turn my back on him. Never. No way. Too many things happened. Too many things happened to me. Too many things I seen. Too many things. So after I got saved, and I asked for another, please show me in my dreams something, please. So I had a dream. I was in this apartment building, and there was this beautiful man standing there, and he had the Quran in his hand. And he's telling me, Amir, you have to come back to Allah. You have to come back to Islam. You're going to go to hell for eternity. Remember this. Remember. And he's trying to show me the verse in the Quran, about what happens and all this stuff. And I'm walking back because he's coming towards me, and I'm walking back and doing this to him. No, Jesus told me, no. And as soon as I did that, he threw it on the ground and he turned to a huge demon. I'm talking like 12 foot tall, like a dragon. It looked like a dragon. Honestly, like a dragon. So I got scared and I jumped out the window. When I jumped out the window and landed, I had something in my hand, and I thought it was a sword, but it was a cross. And then I heard his voice telling me, go back, I'm with you, go back. So I run back up there with no more fear, and I push the door open, and it's pitch black in there. There's no more lighting, and I'm looking for him, and I see him. He's peeking like this at me through like a door, like another room. So he was trying to peek to see where I'm at because he knew I had that cross. And as soon as I showed him that to him, he vanished, just like that. And every time when I tell my family about that, like, yeah, the devil's playing with your head. I go, then why would he? If the devil's playing with my head, why did he come with a Quran in his hand and turn into a devil then? If that's the case. And why am I a better man now? Why am I a better man? The devil had me. Why would he want me to be a better man? I became better instantly. Everything instantly. I felt peace. I wasn't as mad as I used to be. I felt so loved. I love the feeling that I have, the love feeling when I know that he loves me. And I know every time he answers my prayers, every time. And I laugh at him like a friend. Like, I'm like, man, wow, you just seem to amaze me every single time. Like, unbelievable. It's like unreal. Like, he shows me things. Like when I went camping last year, same time in October, I was at a bonfire. I was having a bonfire. My wife took my little kid to give him a shower. So I was just sitting at the bonfire by myself. And my heart told me to go to the beach area. And it was at nighttime. So I went. And there was nobody there. And it was clear skies, stars everywhere. It was like you're in space, man. It was a beautiful night again. And I'm praying to God. And I told him, please, God, if you can hear me, please just show me a sign that you love me and you're with me. And I have my eyes closed. And I swear to God, he tells me, I hear the voice, open now. I open my eyes now, a shooting star. I just jumped up and I started thanking him. I love you. Not one. I go, can you do it again? And he gave me another one. What's the odds of seeing two shooting stars at the same time when you ask for it,
You are a blessed man, Amir,
it's
to
a
have
beautiful
had
feeling, man.
so many of these experiences, and I believe them with my whole heart because you gave up a great deal.
And I'm so ashamed because I pray for the passion that I have, like for you and for others that have more passion than me. I love that kind of passion. That's what one day I wish I could have, especially like I get so mad at myself because people will die to have experiences like I had, and I take them for granted sometimes because I keep on asking God, come on, show me another sign. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not. I shouldn't do that, and well, I just don't know why he loves me so much. I just don't know. I just don't know why he loves me so much, and there's something else I would show you, but I'll probably show you after because nobody will believe what I have on video. Nobody will believe it. If nobody will believe it, and I have it on video. If I told you that I stepped on a horsefly, it's on camera, squished him, and I bring him back to life in Jesus' name, would you believe it? I still don't believe it.
Philippians 4:13.
I still don't
All things
believe
are
it.
possible through Christ who strengthens me.
The power
All
in that name.
things,
The power
not
in that
some
name.
things.
The power in that name, and I still can't believe it. And I showed a few people, and their minds are boggled. They can't believe it. Like there's no way that can happen. You know, there's no way. And
That we need to love our Muslim friends. We don't need to accept the religion of those who are apart from our own faith, but we need to love them. Because when Jesus came to earth, one of the most revolutionary concepts that required the power of the Holy Spirit to indwell his children was returning good for evil, turning the other cheek. Because as you said, the religion in itself teaches otherwise, an eye for an eye.
well, religion is man-made. We have a relationship.
That's the biggest miracle, Amir, and you've had many, many miracles, is that your heart has been transformed. Your enthusiasm shows your love for the Lord. You are a new person, a new creation. There's the old Amir is gone, and the new Amir, born anew through the blood of Jesus,
Beautiful.
is the one we see today.
Before I get into that, I want to just say one thing. A lot of people don't believe, and a lot of people question things, and I don't blame them. The only thing I could say, and I want to say, is man deceives man. You know, people they think a lot of people they're lost because they listen to man. You have to be your own scholar, like I did. I wrote everything down. I did my own research because it's easy to be deceived. You know, a Buddhist can make you believe that Buddha is the way. A Muslim can make you believe that Islam is the truth. A Jew can make you believe that Judaism is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Every man deceives man, and that's why there's so many religions. That's why there's so many wars. That's why there's so many people confused and lost. Because when you don't have that spirit, you don't have God. He's separated from you, so you're empty. But when you have that spirit, just like he says, once you're in his grip, he doesn't let you go. And just like I tried leaving a couple times, but he keeps me tight. It keeps me grounded. Stay where you're at. Just stay where you're at. Trust me.